Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm Patricia Heaton, and I'm doing my first live Facebook Q&A, and I'm so glad you're here. And I have got all your questions in this bag, and we're still taking other questions. Just keep writing them in there, and we'll answer them. Tonight's episode is a really great episode about Mother's Day. You are going to love it. There's some really great stuff in there. And wonderful Marsha Mason is guest starring as my wonderful mother, and she's got some great stuff with Mike tonight, so you're going to really love it. Okay, I think we're getting adjusted here.
You're sideways.
I'm sideways. Is everybody standing there like this watching it?
So yeah.
Okay, here we go. Watch how magical this is that I can do this. Oh, okay, we're just adjusting. First Facebook Q&A, so we're figuring it out. Maybe someone there. Tell me when you're
Back.
Oh, we're back. Hello. Just texting my son. It's the magic of live TV. Okay, you guys ready for me? I'll take that question out. Here's the first question. How the heck, no pun intended, do you and Mike keep from laughing at the kids? I think you mean do Neil and I while we're shooting with them. It's kind of the same thing at Raymond. We get a little time to rehearse, so we get all the giggles out. And, you know, our number one job is to entertain you, so we wouldn't want to ruin that. We have a great time together, though. A really great time together. All right, there we go. Let's see. When you filmed the first season, did you expect it to get so big and be on for 8 seasons? I think no, and not that I didn't think it shouldn't have been on. I like to take scripts and choose shows where the writing is really good. So I knew the writing was good, but there's a lot of other elements that go into whether a show stays on or not. Fortunately, you lovely fans recognize a good show when you see it, and you've been so supportive, so that really helps. And of course, ABC has been super supportive and has a wonderful Wednesday night lineup that is great for families. 4 wonderful family comedies in a row. The Middle, Goldberg's, Modern Family, and Blackish. All wonderful shows. So I think that's helped that we are on a really great, strong comedy night. Okay. Are any of these episodes based on your experiences as a mom? Well, in some ways they are, because I have been going through and continue to go through all of these things that Frankie and Mike go through. And part of the reason is just Eileen Heisler and Deanne Helene, our creator, and our wonderful staff of writers are kind of all in the same boat as we are, have kids all the ages of Mike and Frankie's kids. Just turn that phone off. And so we're all experiencing the same things, trying to get our kids into colleges, having them tell us at the last minute that they have a test or a project due, or they need to be somewhere, or they need some money. All the things that we go through, feeling we're over-parenting, we're not parenting enough, we're terrible parents, we're the greatest parents in the world. So, I mean, really, I think anybody who has kids goes through these things. It's universal, and I think all of you know what I'm talking about, all those of you who have kids, those kids' ages. Are you more like Deborah or Frankie in real life? I think I'm a Frankie, I have to say. I can be kind of disorganized, and then, like Frankie, I will go through these kind of fits of fixing things and fixing my life and being determined to be better at being on top of the schedule or making dinner or keeping the house clean or whatever. And, you know, it lasts for a while, and then it kind of all falls apart again. So I think I really am like Frankie. I have been spending the last 3 days trying to clean my room. And I said to a friend of mine, I really need to clean my room. And he said, you sound like you're in 6th grade and your mother has told you to clean your room. Don't you have people to do that? but I don't. So yeah, clean my room. So I'm always trying to stay on top of everything, and it's a little bit hard to stay ahead of everything. I don't know. I'm sure you all have that same thing. When you have lots of kids, and then if you're working outside the home as well as in the home, and school schedules and getting people places, it can be tough. It can be tough. Let's see. How do you balance your work family and your own family? Well, I don't have to balance my work family. We go in and we work together, and then I go home. But it's just what I've been saying. Sometimes you have to let certain things slide, like making your bed, or picking things up, or a friend of mine just helped me go through the pantry because we had a big bug infestation, and she found stuff in there that was from 2013 in my pantry. So some of those things I let slide a little too long. Yeah, so it's hard. It's hard. But you can't sweat the small stuff, and you can't sweat the stuff that doesn't mean anything. You have to prioritize, and sometimes the house doesn't look so great, and sometimes you're doing takeout because you just didn't have time to cook a meal. Don't worry about that stuff. That's for real. Don't worry about that stuff. What has been your favorite aspect of filming? The younger years, interaction with neighbors, college days. I think I've loved what's been happening with the kids away at school, because it gives me usually 2 days off of work if I don't have to be in their storyline. So that's been great. I feel like the last we finished our 7th season. So the first 3 seasons, you're always kind of finding yourself. The first one for sure. And then, the writers are finding out who the characters are. The actors are finding out who the characters are. So I feel like the last 4 seasons have been really great, and it's been really interesting to watch everybody grow as actors, and you never stop. If you're a thoughtful actor, and if you care about your craft, you never stop growing. And we have all thoughtful, wonderful actors on our show who really care. So it's been really fun to see how great everyone is. Atticus is just, his timing is absolutely impeccable. I mean, they're all great. And, Charlie McDermott, who plays Axel, Axel is kind of this loud, fast-talking, obnoxious guy. And Charlie couldn't be more different. He's actually very quiet and shy. So he is, one of the finest actors on our show, because he's really doing something that's very different from who he is. So, it's all been great. And as we get to know our characters more, we get to know their backgrounds more as the writers keep writing. So it gets more exciting as the show goes along. Okay.
You have 2,500 viewers.
Oh, hi everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hey, what are my personal favorite TV shows? Well, if you follow me at all, I'm obsessed with all things zombies. That would be The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Flight 462. I'm not caught up yet. I didn't get to see Fear the Walking Dead this past Sunday, so I have been kind of like going la 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 with my Twitter feed because I don't want to know what happened. And then, of course, I loved Breaking Bad, and the prequel, Better Call Saul, is wonderful. And one I didn't really tweet about that much, but was really great, was the O.J. Simpson trial show, which was just phenomenal, and the actors in that were great. It was written so well. Really, props to all the creative team behind that, because that was really great. So those are really like my must-see shows. I mean, I'm obsessed with cooking shows, and I'm obsessed with HGTV. I love real estate shows, $1 Million Listing New York, $1 Million Listing LA, Flip or Flop. What's the one with that lovely couple in Waco, Texas? What the heck is it? But it makes you want to go to Waco. First of all, you can get a house there for like $2, like a big house with acres. And she's turning all these. What is her name? What is that name? what is the name of that show? Fixer Upper. Fixer Upper. That's the one. I love that one. So yeah, I like all those shows. And I had been obsessed with true crime shows for a while, but they started just getting too depressing, and so I've kind of gone off of those a little bit. I watch way too much television, clearly. What is your favorite Frankie and Sue moment? Well, we had one where I worked really hard to get her Taylor Swift tickets. And I had assumed that I was going to go with her to the concert. And as we're heading out the door, she turns around and says, okay, thanks, Mom, bye. And I didn't realize that she's going with her friend. And so I had to kind of just suck it up and say, okay, bye, have fun. And I personally got choked up, and I'm not even sure why. But that moment was just a really sweet, simple moment of, what happens with...
Let's say hi to Brock.
Oh, is that Brock Terlelli?
Yeah.
Hey, Brock. But really sweet, kind of poignant moment, because it's sad when your kids kind of break away. I'm actually going to my oldest son's college graduation this weekend, so that's kind of a big woo. So there'll be some tears shed there too. Okay, let's see. What's it like working with Brooke Shields? Brooke Shields, for someone who was an international superstar for most of her young life, is the most down-to-earth, lovely, funny, sweet, humble person I've ever met. And she's game for anything. She's a brave actress as well as a wonderful actress. And they put those clothes on her and her hair and put mascara all under her eyes, and she just loves it. And she's so good. She's just a lot of fun and has a great positive personality. She's just a joy to work with, truly. Okay. How's it been watching the kids grow up over the years? Well, it's so interesting because, I didn't realize how small Atticus was until I looked back and saw, how little he was. I mean, he was just so little. I didn't realize at the time because he has such an adult personality. He's an old soul, and he, so we really just treated him like he was one of us, which he is. But then I look back and think, oh, he was just a little kid, So, but he's a wonderful guy. He's sweet as can be and so talented. Okay. What was it like for you and the other cast members to get to witness Dick and Jerry Van Dyke working together? Well, you felt like you were sort of part of television history to, first of all, to work with Jerry and then to have Dick come on. I remember going to see Mary Poppins in the 2nd grade with my girlfriend, Patty O'Neill, and what a memorable movie that was. And I think that was my first exposure to Dick Van Dyke. And I just, thinking back to that 2nd grader, she never would have imagined that she would be on a TV show with Bert the Chimney Sweep, right? So it's what's kind of wonderful about being in the entertainment industry is to meet some iconic people that you admired and growing up. So that was really super special. And, Dick is just as young as the day he made Mary Poppins, and he sings and he dances and he recites Shakespeare, and he's just has such joie de vivre. It was a pleasure to be around. I hope we can have him back. What were your favorite gifts from your own kids for Mother's Day? Well, that's a tricky question. I'll let you know when I get a gift on Mother's Day. How about that? Mm-hmm. It's usually just like flowers and chocolates, and we go out to brunch. They may have gotten me a gift. It's kind of like Frankie. You can tell when they ran out to the pharmacy to get you your Mother's Day gift.
You have a good question.
Oh, you have a good question?
Jonathan. He said, what does Frankie store in her oven?
Oh, the quilt. The quilt's in the oven. You can't trip me up with those questions. I'm on the show. Do you have a favorite guest star that has been on the show or you wish would be on? Well, we've had, as I said, we've had the Van Dyke brothers. What can be better than that? Marsha Mason, who plays my mom, is fantastic. And then Molly Shannon plays my sister, and I just got to hang out with Molly recently. So she is just so much fun. Norm Macdonald is so crazy and wonderful, and he just brings a completely a different take to his character. So yeah, we've been very blessed, and Doris Roberts recently passed away, and I'm so thrilled that she got to be part of our show, and to have that iconic person from Raymond come and grace our little show was really great. Also, we've had Ray on here too, and I just have to get Brad Garrett and Monica Rosenthal, and we'll be all set. Let's see. I just love this show. So do I. What is your favorite episode and why? It's hard to say. We've now done over 100 episodes. So it's hard to say. We've had some really great ones. We just had a great one where Sue is dating this campus activist and she's becoming obnoxious, and Mike was upset about something, and we ended up going to a 10-cent beer night at a college bar and getting a little tipsy and crashing in Axel's motorhome / dorm room. And I really enjoyed that one, and when I saw it, I thought it turned out really well. So they're all great. They're really all a lot of fun. Of course, Disneyland was fun. We got to go to Disneyland. What kind of a gig? Don't tell anybody, because then they'll all be in line trying to get this job. What are some of your favorite memories from being on set? I love Neil. He does all kinds of funny characters. Neil has been like a big improv guy, and so I just love it when he does improvs, and he and Charlie go on these benders together of just being really silly. And Neil does a lot of great characters. Because we're on the set for a long time, many hours, so it's very entertaining to have people like Neil around who can just come up with all kinds of great, funny stories. He has a million stories. That's the other thing. From crazy stories from childhood, and then we both kind of grew up in the same era, both like Midwest Irish Catholic, so we have a lot of the same references. For the TV shows we watched growing up. He remembers every jingle, all the commercials, all the songs. He's just a wealth of useless information, but it's entertaining information. Okay, a couple more. I think we have a little more time, right? Mm-hmm. What should we expect to see in the future of the best show ever created? I don't know. The writers keep us in the dark. Yeah. My husband says actors are like mushrooms. They're always kept in the dark and crapped on. Oh, well, we're not crapped on, but we are kept in the dark about what's coming up. So I don't know. Sue's still in college. I think this will be Axel's senior year. Would that be right? And Brick is going into high school, I want to say. I'd have to check that. Maybe you can let me know. You know more about the show than I do. I just make it. So there's going to be a ton of stuff, and we talked to our writers, and they said this past season was easy to write. They just had so many stories to tell. I think because they've crafted the characters so well and made them really three-dimensional characters with history from the very first season, that when you have that, then there's very natural things to explore as those characters evolve.
I have two great questions. Okay. One was, will the family go visit Sue at Dollywood? Do you think? And will Frankie like it?
Oh, Sue is going to be working at Dollywood over the summer, and it was a big question for all of our cast members. Are we going to Dollywood? We haven't gotten the answer to that. I would love to go to Dollywood because I love Dolly Parton, and I know Dolly Parton, and she's phenomenal. So I hope maybe if we just say Dollywood over and over and over again, maybe she'll just appear. That's my hope.
The second question was from Julie. She asked, who's the biggest prankster on set?
Prankster would be, I don't know. I don't know if we have a big prankster on set. I think everybody takes turns a little bit, but you know, we're very busy working hard creating a show, so we don't have a lot of time for pranks. Who is the most like their character? Well, as I said, Charlie's the least like his character. I think I'm probably a lot like Frankie. And Neil is pretty much like Mike, too. Neil is that sort of sensible, somewhat unflappable, strong, silent type guy who just is very pragmatic and down to earth. One of the best lines he ever said was, "I told you I loved you when I married you. If anything changes, I'll let you know." That's kind of like Neil, for sure. If you could play any other role on the show, who would it be? If I could be any other, maybe Nancy Donahue. I would love to be Nancy Donahue just one time, just so I could feel what it's like to be a very organized, all-together person. But I love the storyline where her son Sean has become a total like vegan hippie, peace, love, you know, kind of guy, and it's driving Nancy Donahue crazy. And Bo is doing such an amazing job. And I love just even the physical transformation with his beard and his beanie and the long hair and the sandals. Oh, it's just fantastic. And I so love watching Jen Ray playing Nancy, completely struggling with this kid who has gone completely off the grid. It's wonderful.
What was it like when she pushed you in the pool?
What was it like when Nancy pushed me in the pool? My least favorite thing is being in a bathing suit in front of the crew. So of course they write that in. So I was grateful that I was fully clothed for that. And it was one of these one-take things because we had another wig on hand and another change of clothing, but you really don't want to have to do that twice. And we rehearsed it, and we watched the stand-ins rehearse it, and we just took a shot at it, and it turned out beautifully. I thought it looked really good, and it was very real because it really happened. And I laughed when I read it in the script, and I am a big fan of physical comedy, so those are my favorite things to do. When do you find time to narrate the show, the middle, before or after filming? I actually do it during the week when I have a break in between scenes. Our audio booth is not too far from our set, and so I take my bike and I ride over and I jump in there, and I'm pretty fast, so I usually get it done in 5 minutes, so it doesn't take too long. It still feels annoying. It's annoying because it sort of breaks your concentration from what you're doing, but it doesn't take that long. I'm used to it now. Any storyline from the middle happened to you or the cast in real life? As I said, I think almost every storyline is what is going on in all our personal lives for all of us who have kids. It's what makes the show so popular because everybody can relate to it, including me. What is my favorite food? Oh, where do I begin? I really like ice cream. I really like Haagen-Dazs rum raisin and Haagen-Dazs peanut butter and chocolate. I love cheeseburgers with really drippy cheese and bacon and all fried pickles on them. And because I'm an actor and I've been dieting all my life, I love all food. It's kind of one of those things that's become a fetish because I'm not allowed to have it very often. So I just dream about it. It's sad. It's really sad.
We're about 5 minutes out from the East Coast.
Oh, okay. East Coast, are you all tuning in? Because you're going to see a wonderful show. That one I answered. This is interesting. Can you tell us about any scene that was spontaneous and unscripted that was left in? There is not a single unscripted, spontaneous moment in this show. You're just watching actors make it look that way. But they are very, very, very fixated on every comma and every T being crossed and every I being dotted. And we have a script supervisor who cracks the whip over us constantly about the lines. And we warn guest actors who are coming onto the show, please be sure you've memorized your lines and have them word for word, or you will flip out when you come and they start grilling you about all the little words you missed. So no, the writers work so hard at crafting every line, every joke, every scene, that our job is to take that and make it feel fresh and spontaneous, which clearly we do, because you thought we improvise stuff. That's a dirty word on our set, improv. Last one, really quick. What is a good Mother's Day gift to give? Anything. Just remember Mother's Day. Flowers are nice. Jewelry, very nice. No lingerie. That's my last word. No lingerie. I think we're good, right? Okay, have fun watching the show. Let me know what you think. Make sure you tweet and Facebook all your responses to tonight's show. You're going to love it. Love it. Bye.